everyone, thank you for clicking and for watching the video, really do appreciate it. So we're building a free game collection here. If you haven't seen any other episodes, I'll stick a link around me if you want to catch up and see how we got to this point. Only done a couple episodes by this point. If you have been watching, thank you very much, you know exactly what the crack is. One thing I haven't been doing, which I really should be doing apparently, is if you do enjoy these videos and you'd like to subscribe, that's fantastic. It does seems to do some good stuff for me. It seems to share me a bit. So if you do enjoy it, please do subscribe. It's free. If you don't, please don't. Throwing a thumbs up if you like a video. I think that shares me with other people, sort of gets the channel out a bit, so that's nice. Comments, I have no idea what the comments do, to be honest with you. I ain't figured that out. But it's nice to reply to them, and I'm trying to reply to, I think I've replied to all of them, so that's a good laugh for me, if nothing else. But yeah, thank you very much. Let's get on with it, shall we? Because I don't want to waste time. So, you've seen the thumbnail on this screen. It's been a dodgy week. It's been a proper dodgy week for me, and mainly just down to one day. But I'll get to that. So nothing from charity shops. Did really well couple first weeks. Nothing since. Absolutely nothing. I've dried up. People have said that they never find anything in their charity shops. Well, neither have I for a good couple of weeks. So it's just what happens. Facebook Marketplace has been no better. I've seen one or two things, but there's not enough money in it, to be honest. By the time I drove over there with petrol, collected it and resold it, you're talking a couple quid max, so it's just not worth it. But I keep looking. But Cash Converters, they've been nice to us. So I'll start with those, shall I? So Need for Speed Most Wanted, 99 pence. I think this is another one. We had Hot Pursuit, didn't we, the other week, where you could play as both. I don't know if you can play as both. I'm not 100% sure I've ever played this one, to be honest. They're all very similar. But yeah, Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox 360. So this is Rugby World Cup 2011. It's the very odd price of 20 pence. I need this one. I need it for the collection, to be honest with you. I don't have it. I don't know how I haven't had it. I haven't really seen this anywhere, to be honest. I didn't know it existed. So for 20p, I'll definitely be picking it up. But yeah, random price, and I do need that one. So I'll tell you now that is going to try. I'm sure I'll get that in the collection for 20p. So that's that. The other one we had was Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That was also 99 pence. You see this a lot. You see this all over the shop. I don't know if it was a very high seller when it came out, because like I said, I'm not great with Call of Duty, but you don't get too much for it though if you see this around. So don't buy it for a good few quid thinking you're in there. If you see it, you only get a little bit for it. Oh, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So we've actually already bought one of these from Cash Converters. £2 again, £1.99. It's been it's escaped from CEX. We'll return it, don't you worry, we'll take it back. But yeah, £1.99. I think we get about £4 cash for it, a couple quid more on a voucher. So I won't talk about much because we've literally already had that one. And then Crash Bandicoot, that same trilogy. So it says £7.99, but it wasn't £7.99. I paid £5.99. I've mentioned in the past that I've been going Cash Converters for quite a while, and I know the guy that works there, and I honestly said, this is, you're selling it for how much I can get for it. Can you take a couple of quid off, make it worth it? He said, go on then, take a couple of quid off. So I paid £5.99. I'll put the receipt somewhere so you can tell I'm not porcupine. But yes, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do now with this one. So I prefer Xbox One, I think I've said, to PS4. I already have it on PS4. I prefer Xbox One. So what I'm going to do very casually is just go like that. I'm going to trade this one in. They're exactly the same price. You get exactly the same stuff for them. I'd rather keep the Xbox One version, but obviously need to get the cash back for it. So yeah, that one will be going to CEX. And that was it from Cash Converters. Good couple of quid spent. Should get my money back. They're all in good condition. They always are from Cash Converters. So that was that. So then there was the car boot. It was on again this week. It was just all over the shop. So I'll go with some bits, shall I? So first thing I bought was this cable. Now remember we sold the DS and I said I had to put a cable with it from the spares and repairs bag. This is why you buy them, because they come in handy later down the line. I've had to write them down because I forgot, £1 for this. It looked fine, it was dark. Unfortunately, when I got home, I'd made a mistake. It looks like it's been gnawed on by a rodent or something. It doesn't work. It does not work. So that is a waste of £1. So yeah, it was just too dark. It was wrapped up at the time. I'll still put it in the spares and repairs because you never know, I might find one with this, when the actual pins is completely knackered. I might be able to swap them around, but that's a waste. That's gone, so that was a loss. However, from the same person, different transaction, I saw these as I was leaving, I got a few more controllers. We're doing so well with hardware recently. So, paid £2 for this one. Lovely condition. Never been opened up, as you know. CEX will give us £5 cash. I think it's £14 voucher for these. The analogues are in great condition as well. I gave it a quick clean up. £2 for that one. Really happy with that. So brilliant. Also, £2 for that one as well. Absolutely the same. Really good condition. Still a bit of scuff in here, but that's fine. Absolutely fine. In fact, I might be able to clean that off actually with a bit of a wipe. Never been opened. Got the back's fine. Yeah, that was £2. Happy days. And then the other thing was this was £2 as well, obviously. Same lady. It's a Wii. I think they call it the Pro Controller, I believe. It's actually a third-party one, which I won't lie, I didn't know that when I bought it, because again, it was still dark at this point. But I'm still really happy with it, because when I play with it, I really prefer these controllers to using the Wii remote on its side. I do only have one of these, and it's boxed, so I don't really like using it, because it's practically mint. In fact, I think when I bought it and opened it, that was me opening it, I should have left it. But, so yeah, I think I'm going to try keep this one, to be honest with you. Just so that when a friend comes round, we've got two controllers like this, but it feels great. Oh, I have tested it as well. Sorry, this one works fine. I've tested the other two controllers as well. They all work fine. So they were good, really good. And then, so let's have a look at these. These were the games that I got from the car boot this week. So from one person, sorry, I've had to put all these things on this week. So I really did forget. We've got Lego Jurassic Park and Lego Harry Potter years 5 and 7 on the Xbox 360. These were £1 each. I think I get a couple extra quid for them cash, maybe £2 each, I think it is, or something. £4 trading, something like that. But yeah, they're in good condition. I think somebody bought a load of Xbox 360 games off him, and he pulled these out after. And so I think I got lucky just to have these two, but I think I missed out on a few extra just before from what I could gather. So yeah, two of those. We've also, so then I had another lady who said £2 each for her games. She had some right random ones, but she had 2 copies of GTA 5 and a copy of Black Ops 3. I asked for if she would do, what did I say, £1 each? She said no, she said she'll do 3 for a £5. I said 4, and she said yes. So I got £4 for these 3. I believe I'll get my £4 back for those, because I think they're £2 each. Great condition as well. And I was going to trade in this, but I didn't notice it's an ESRB. So CEX won't take it. It does work well. It should work. I haven't tested it, to be honest, but they usually work on a PS4, the ESRB ones. So I might just end up having to keep that. I don't have it on PS4, so I might end up just having to keep that by default. But yeah, those 3 were £4. So then we had a fun time. So I bought. There was a gentleman that had a very, very funny character, and he had a big box full of stuff. He had sensors in it, Wii sensors, and Wii AV cables is what I know. And as I say, you always pick this up. So I asked the guy how much. I don't know if you've ever seen Jeremy Clarkson's The Farm, but he's got that gentleman that fixes his walls for him. Can't remember his name, but he just can't understand a word he's saying. It was one of those guys. He was smiling the whole time, but I had no idea what he was saying. I said, how much for the cables? He just, I had no idea what he was saying. And 2 or 3 times I was asking, and he was smiling. He was such a nice guy. And then towards the end, he mumbled something, and I made out the word paid. So, paid. I gather he means a pad. So I just went, pad. He nodded. So I started to take the sensor out, thinking, well, I held the 2 for a pad. And he said, pad. So I started to take them out and untangle them. And then he just came over. I had the £1 in my hand. I had £2 in my hand, but I'd get out a £1 coin. And he literally just leant down and went, forced this upon me, took the £1 and then just left. So I bought a whole box full of just random stuff. I'll put a picture around with it laid out so what you can see. But there's 2 sensors in here. There's some cables. There's a back to a 360. There's the bottom of a kettle, which is a lovely little bonus. There's some of these Xbox, they're called buzz controllers, but I'm missing one. Unfortunately, one of the other reasons I thought I was onto a winner is because they had some of the SNES USB controllers. They're both broken, so they'll be going in spares and repairs. Might be able to use the shell. But yeah, so I've got this whole loads of wires in here basically, but 2 sensors. There's 2 Wii sensors and a AV cable, and there's someone's glasses. So there you go. Yeah, there's the back of a Wii Fit from the looks of it. So yeah, that was £1. So absolutely amazing. Yeah, so we got some spare Wii bits. So I think now we're piecing together some Wiis. But yeah, just that whole thing for £1. It was so nice. I don't understand a word he was saying, but lovely chat. Thank you, mate. So then, just as I did that, I got my hands on this. This was £15. The gentleman got there, he started pulling out all sorts of weird and wonderful things. He had Dreamcast games, he had PS1 games, he had a box DS, he had a Master System, he had all sorts of things, and it was odd because he said they were the spares from what he had left over, and he was selling them for not CEX prices, a little less, but still he knew the price of everything. And I did wonder why he wasn't like eBaying it or at least Facebook Marketplace in it. I couldn't. He's a nice chap again though. But he said that the Xbox One controllers were £15. Sorry, £20. And he said he's got a box one. So he pulled this out, and I goes, "Will you take 15?" He said yes. So I paid £15 for a boxed PS1 controller. When it looks immaculate, the analogues look like they've never been used. So yeah, so I was really happy with that. So we got that weird and wonderful controller the other week. Now we've got a boxed Xbox white controller. So it was going okay at that point, and then it sort of took a turn for the worse. I lost my phone at the car boot. The second I bought this, I realised it was missing because I was walking around with this crate, walked past this guy, put the crate down, and then thought I had to go back to the car to drop it off. It's so dark, I used my phone as a light, and I lost my phone. It just disappeared. The car boot I'm going to, like I said, that is the 3rd time I've ever been there. I don't know the roads very well. Losing your phone in a car boot, I'm up and down. Bit of advice I give, which if you're going to go car boot, take a zip pockets. Just take zip pockets. It helps for your cash anyway. Luckily I didn't lose any of my money. But the phone just disappeared. So I had to rush back home using road signs, old school. And I had to come home and just cancel everything on my phone. So the day I had to leave at about 7:30. So I got all of this in an hour. And it looked like there was some of the good stuff. Like I said, I wanted to stand there and go back through what this guy had and negotiate some more stuff. But as soon as I realised my phone was there, just the anxiety and not knowing what the hell to do next and concern, I just got in the car and drove back. So the day was a bit of a downer then. I then got home after I'd sorted all that, started. This isn't brand new. It has been used barely, but it had ever such gentle stick drift on it. I tested the Crash Bandicoot, and it's not bad. Like if you're on the menu screen, it stays where it is. But when you're playing like a platformer, he was walking ever so gently. That's what that is. He was walking ever so gently. So I was like, I was really disappointed. However, then right at the end of the day, things took a bit of a turn for the better. Someone rang my partner's phone and said they found my mobile, which is what I'm recording on now. So I got my phone back. I lost my phone at a car boot and got my phone back. That is pretty rare. I was amazed at that. Yeah, they just rang me up. They live quite far. It was a 40-minute drive. But I got my phone back, which is brilliant. So that happened at like 9 o'clock. So I was a bit happy about that. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to have a little look at this. I was tempted to open it up, but I thought I'll try. If you pull, it was the left analog that was sticking. If you pull it forward, you feel a slight click as it comes forward. I've done this before. I keep saying it's wrong. Ispatane. Oh, I've got a bag which I use. It's a little kit that I keep, and it's got all sorts. I'll put a picture of it around. I'll lay it out and show you what's in it. But here's a little kit that I have to help fix some of these stuff that I buy, and there's some Ispatone or something in there. If you get a Q-tip, dip it in. It's like pure alcohol, so it doesn't go wet. It like dries really quick. But then just around the sides of the analog, so it gets into the gaps. Just did that gently, and then if you get a straw and a normal everyday straw and flat at the end, you can just push the end in around the small gap between the analog and the plastic and blow in. Because the stick drift was ever so gentle, I believe it was just dust and just a bit of muck. I did that, stick drift gone. So that does work perfectly now. I played 3 levels of Crash Bandicoot with it, and if you play Crash Bandicoot, you know you ain't doing a level of Crash Bandicoot with stick drift. So yeah, I won't. There's loads of videos around on how to help with little things like stick drift and thing. But if you're going to do this as well, you're going to want to get yourself a little kit built together on fixing controllers and just cleaning up and that sort of thing. So yeah, bit of a tip there. But yeah, so we went from losing my phone, the best thing not working, couple cables and some random bits and bobs, because I'm not going to make too much on these games, to be honest. I will on the controllers, to it working and got my phone back. So the day worked out okay. So yeah, anyway, stop rambling. I've got to do that thing where I go sell these things and see what we keep and see what CEX give us. So let's see how that goes, and I'll be back very shortly. I'm back, and it's still the same day actually, just a couple hours on, which is quite nice. So they took everything again. I think this is episode 8 now, and they've took everything we've took into them, which is brilliant. Thank you very much. We do test. They tested the 360 controllers actually, which they don't always do. So I had to wait 5 minutes while they plugged those in and tested them. They worked fine. I did check before I went, but even when they test them, we pass every time so far. So thank you very much. Thank you CEX. Thank you. So what do we get? Right, I'm just going to read them out. So Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, £1.30. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, we got £4. Grand Theft Auto 5, we took in 2 copies of that at £2 each, we got £4 for those. Need for Speed Most Wanted, we got £2 for that. Crash Bandicoot, so that was the PS4 version, not the Xbox. We did a little swap, but we're not going to add that in because I already had it, and you get me anyway. But that was £8, and then £10 each for the 2 Xbox 360 controllers. So I'll do it now. In total, we spent £39.16. Let's just take that off. And in cash back, we got £39.30, which means we made 14 pence by my calculation quickly. So not a great deal of cash profit added to the episode. However, it's not all about cash. It's nice when we make some, but you know, there's some things missing there. So the 2 Lego games, so that was the Jurassic Park and Harry Potter's Years 5 and 7. I took a voucher for those because we'd already hit the 39 and the money's back. So everything I'm about to say is free now. This is how this works. How we get it free. They gave us £8 voucher instead of £4 cash. So I thought I'll just double up and take it on the voucher. We can buy something else for the collection a little later on. So chuck on £8 worth of voucher on there as well. But you notice there's a few things there, isn't there, which I didn't say, which are adding to the collection. So first things first, this is being added by default, like I said. CSRB, it will work, but that's managed to make its way in, so there we go. Rugby World Cup 2011, needed it in the collection. To be honest, I don't know anything about it. Rugby games are usually not the best, but I've never come across it before, so it can't be too common. But anyway, that's been added. I changed the shell as well. I got to put it in a new case before I traded it in one of the other games. So if you need to, it's fine. I mean, the case weren't bad. It was just a bit grubby, the other one, but that's a nice clean case. So something you can always do. Wii controller. So I said I want to keep this. Yeah, I just prefer to play Wii with this. Certain games you can't, but the ones you can. What's it? Capcom versus. I say this wrong. Tazaniski or something. That's it. Whatever it is. I like that game, that's good, and this is great for those sort of games. And so yeah, keeping that. And you'll notice I haven't mentioned the boxed Xbox One controller. We're keeping this. Now it works absolutely fine. It just needed a little bit of clean. Yeah, free. So we've last week we got to keep that weird and wonderful pad, which I have abused that pad. You know, it's already having some fun times. Used it quite a bit in the week, so brilliant. But this one's probably gonna stay in the box, to be honest. But yeah, so for free this episode, we've got 2 more controllers. We're doing so well with hardware at the moment, and 2 games for free, and a £8 voucher as well, which we're going to spend for more free stuff. So not too bad. Oh, and I'll tell you what else, while it's sitting there, something you don't see very often. That number in the top corner, it's real. There it is. That's what I go around with. Real cash. It's real. You see all the pound coins from the car booty and those little extra bits from CX. So that number, it is happening. I won't show you the badges because you can take it using the code, can't you? Sometimes if you've got a really camera zoom in. But yeah, anyway, so not a bad week. Yeah, thank you very, very much for joining me. Hope you come back. Take care of yourself, guys.